Trump is pardoning Todd and Julie Chrisley. Todd and Julie Chrisley. Now, when I used to see this guy on the show, I would see different people watching the show. All right, I would see different people watching the show, and when I would see this guy on the show, and they have been large Trump supporters for a long time, the dull knife cut way where it hurt more. It hurt more. When I would see them on the show, I would always think that this guy is kind of sassy. Didn't you think? Have y'all ever seen this guy before?
6:14 here on the East Coast, and welcome back to Live Now from Fox as we continue with your top stories and headlines this Wednesday morning. New this morning, reality TV stars Todd and Julie Chrisley are expected.
You thought he was gay too? I thought he was gay too. I'm going to play a little bit of him for you just to let y'all know.
To be released from prison. President Donald Trump making the announcement on social media and even called Savannah Chrisley, letting her know the news. Right now, we want to check in with Fox 5 Atlanta's Brooke Zahner. She joins us live at the federal courthouse in downtown Atlanta with the very late.
Is this what we call a lavender marriage, y'all? Is this a lavender marriage? Remember I was explaining to y'all what a lavender marriage is? Is this a lavender marriage?
Brooke, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning. And the Chrisleys' daughter, Savannah, also posted to her own social media feed, first thanking President Trump for commuting her parents' sentences and her followers for all of their support. She's really been at the forefront of trying to get her parents' convictions overturned.
Your parents are going to be free and clean.
In a video posted to X, President Donald Trump says he's granting full pardons to former reality TV stars Todd and Julie Chrisley.
Well, I have shed so many tears. The president called me personally as I was walking into Sam's Club and notified me that he was signing pardon paperwork for both of my parents.
The pair was convicted in 2022 of conspiring to defraud banks and the IRS out of millions of dollars. During their incarcerations, their legal team continued to file appeals while their daughter, Savannah, sought a pardon petition.
I don't know them, but give them my regards.
It still doesn't feel real. It doesn't. I'm freaking out. So I'm going to go and prepare to go pick up my parents.
That pardon petition claimed the Chrisleys' convictions were based on an illegal raid, compromised evidence, and false testimony by a key government witness. On Tuesday, both Savannah and her brother Grayson got a call from the president, letting them know he would be pardoning their parents.
President Trump didn't just commute their sentences. He gave them a full, unconditional pardon. So for that, I am forever grateful.
And Savannah went on to say that she is expecting to have her parents back home at some point today, if that hasn't already happened. Of course, it's something we'll be tracking here, but for now, that is the latest here live.
I've seen some black people upset about this. Because for me, honestly, it doesn't mean anything to me either way. I don't care either way. Like, I'm happy for them. I'm glad that they got a pardon. I'm glad that the daughter apparently seems like she's happy about it and they can reunite their family. To be honest with you, I think that it's a good thing. I mean, it doesn't sound like they killed anybody. It doesn't sound like it was any crimes, like real crimes that was against humanity or anything like that. I didn't necessarily care about or follow the case or anything like that, but I've seen a lot of people getting mad at it. And I didn't understand why a lot of black people, I seen it on TikTok that a lot of black people got mad at it, and I didn't understand it. I agree, Loso Way. When are black people not mad? 100%. A lot, like, for example, somebody says, I want truth and fair practices. Fair enough. Fair enough. But I didn't hear any black people complaining when he got Lil Wayne out of jail. I didn't see any black people complaining when he brought Kodak Black home. And they two rappers. And they've managed to stay free for the most part. At least Lil Wayne has. Kodak Black, he's been in and out a little bit. But they've managed to stay free. I didn't hear anybody complaining when he brought home the former Detroit Mayor Kwame Kilpatrick and he pardoned him and he didn't ask for anything in return. So my question is, are we being fair? Are we being fair? That's my biggest thing is, why are people so outraged and trying to make this about race when he's been across the board pardoning different people from both his first administration and this administration? He's been pardoning white people, black people, whoever it is that he feels like that he wants to pardon. That's what a president can do. So, for example, again, we see Julian Harvey says, see, now these things are things that I say that I disagree with you with. All right, Julian. So here you go, Julian. I'm going to give you an opportunity to express yourself. I don't want you to feel like you got to continue to say stuff in the chat. I want you to be able to express yourself. For Julian. Julian, I'm going to give you an opportunity to come up here and say it. Because I want to hear what is it that you disagree with me on this one. Julian, what do you disagree about on this one? I just put the link in the chat. You're more than welcome to come and communicate it. What is it that you disagree with me about this one? What did I say wrong on this one, big dog? I'm going to leave it open for 5 minutes, give Julian an opportunity to be able to come in and express his thoughts. But I thought that this guy was kind of sassy, and I'm going to tell you why. Let me see if I can pull it up. Chrisley. Is it Chrisley? Todd Chrisley. I wish I can find a video of him talk. Here he is. Yeah, this dude, he kind of weird to me. I don't know if he just got like an eclectic personality or what. What's up, Mika?
Meet Todd Chrisley.
This is Michael. I'm breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Won't you love your own place?
Eventually.
I have been wiping your ass since you was born. I'd prefer to not have to keep doing it.
I expect all of my children to be very good kids.
Ow. She has boys coming to the party that she's interested in.
They won't be interested in her after they meet her daddy, because they'll realize at that point that crazy runs deep.
Yeah, he was always a little weird to me. I don't really know what that is. You know what I'm saying? I never like to just by default judge a book by its cover and try to say, oh man, he's sassy or anything like that. But he was always a little bit weird to me. I will admit that. I will admit that he was always a little bit weird to me. But, you know, that just could be his personality, or, you know, that just could be what he's into. I don't know. But he always seemed just a little tad bit weird. I don't really know what that is.
New pardons by President Trump, and they're starting to follow a pattern. Late today, we learned from the White House that reality TV show couple Todd and Julie Chrisley are both getting full pardons. They spent nearly 3 years in prison so far after being convicted of conspiracy to defraud banks out of more than $30 million. The couple, best known for starring in the show Chrisley Knows Best, were also found guilty of several tax crimes, including attempting to defraud the IRS, which means they were attempting to defraud all of us who pay taxes. One of the Chrisleys' children spoke at last year's Republican convention. Today, an advisor to the president posted a video of him calling the couple's kids to give them the news.
It's a terrible thing, but it's a great thing because your parents are going to be free and clean, and I hope we can do it by tomorrow. I don't know them, but give them my regards and wish them.
Is that a black woman that's standing next to Trump? Hold on.
Mr. President.
Yes. How are you?
I just want to say thank you for bringing
Not a woman of color standing next to Trump. I know that's going to piss people off right there.
my parents back.
Yeah, well, they were given a pretty harsh treatment based on what I'm hearing.
Well, you briefly heard in that clip Savannah Chrisley, the daughter who spoke at the Republican National Convention in July. She also campaigned for the president on what was billed as the Team Trump's Women Tour. Also tonight, the New York Times is reporting former nursing home executive Paul Walzak is also getting a full pardon. And like the Chrisleys, he too was convicted of tax crimes, accused of siphoning some $10 million from employee paychecks under the pretext it was going to taxes. Instead, according to the New York Times, he spent some of it on a $2 million yacht for himself. And like the Chrisleys' daughter's appearance at the convention, according to the Times, Paul Walzak's mom raised millions of dollars for the president and other Republicans and attended a $1 million plate dinner at Mar-a-Lago. The paper reported he turned in a pardon application in January around the time of the inauguration. The Times says the application didn't focus on his crimes, but instead the political activity in favor of the president of his mom. And the pardon application even mentioned her efforts to sabotage the 2020 Biden presidential campaign by publicizing the diary of his daughter, Ashley Biden. President Trump has given a full pardon also to this former Virginia sheriff, just hours before he was set to report to prison. According to federal prosecutor Scott Jenkins, who served as a top law enforcement officer in Culpeper County, was convicted in December of conspiracy and other charges, including accepting more than $75,000 in bribes in exchange for appointing several businessmen as auxiliary deputy sheriffs within his department. Just 2 months ago, under the Trump administration, Jenkins was sentenced to 10 years in prison. Now he is a free man. The president saying in part in a social media post on Monday, this sheriff is a victim of an overzealous Biden Department of Justice and doesn't deserve to spend a single day in jail. Now, before all these, the president had already pardoned at least 15 others for financial crimes since returning to office in January. Here are some of the high-profile ones listed on the Department of Justice's website. In January, on day 2 of his second term, the president announced a pardon for Ross William Ulbricht, the founder of the Silk Road dark web marketplace. He was serving a life sentence on charges related to the site that the Department of Justice had described as, quote, the most sophisticated and extensive criminal marketplace on the internet today. Rod Blagojevich, the former Democratic governor of Illinois, he was removed from office and convicted of charges that included a scheme to sell an appointment to fill the vacant Senate seat left by then President Barack Obama. He served 8 years of a 14-year sentence before he received a commuted sentence in the president's first term. And then in January, just days into his second term, the president gave him a full pardon. There's also Devin Archer, Hunter Biden's former business partner, who testified before Congress about his business dealings. He got a pardon from Mr. Trump in March. Archer was convicted in 2018 of involvement in a scheme involving fraudulently issuing and selling more than $60 million of tribal bonds. Also in March, the president pardoned former Tennessee State Senator Brian Kelsey. That happened just 2 weeks after Kelsey reported federal prison to serve a nearly 2-year sentence for illegal campaign finance scheme he pleaded guilty to back in 2022.
My bad, I'm muted. Yeah, thank y'all for letting me know I'm muted. Yeah, I don't feel anything either way. It's not a big deal. I see Reggie Reg says that everybody needs to get a get out of jail free card. I 100% disagree with that. I don't think that everybody should get a get out of jail free card. And shout out to Room 9 and the people letting me know that I'm muted. I'm on a little bit of a delay, so I caught it a little later than usual. But the point is just that I don't feel any type of way whatsoever. I don't think that everybody deserves a get out of jail free card. And I think that we need to be, y'all letting me know. Y'all keeping me popping right here. Shout out to y'all for letting me know that I'm muted. You never agreed with the pardon power. How don't you agree with the pardon power? Okay, well, Reg, then if you don't agree with the pardon power, then that means that you think that Hunter Biden should not get a pre-pardon all the way back to 2014, right? That Biden or Obama or the black women has been released. Trump has released black women. Obama has released different people. You don't agree with anybody that's being pardoned, right? All right. Well, if y'all don't believe that anybody should be pardoned, then I guess that's that. Anyways, yeah, it's not that really big of a deal. I think that Democrats and a lot of these liberal stations are reaching for straws because they don't have anything negative to say about Trump right now. Make sure you hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications.